Hello. Welcome to the channel. I'm passing by to thank you for the 20 subscribers. Shall we go to another goal? Let's now hit the goal of 30 subscribers by the 20th. Can you help me by subscribing and leaving a like? Manchester United may have to do the same thing again with their midfield in the transfer window. A striker is a priority for Man United, and recent weeks have shown why the midfield is a not too distant second. Manchester United's average central midfield age is 29.5, and it showed against two 20-somethings last week. For the fourth consecutive game, Brighton and Hove Albion sensation Moises Caicedo dominated United, the club he looked set to join in January 2021. 3 days later, West Ham's Declan Rice was deserved man of the match in another 1-0 defeat to United in the South. From the M6. Rice asked about United during discussions with Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw 2 years ago and still sounded curious in a post-match interview. Rice could pick the lot this summer. He was excellent tonight, but we had some really great players, said David Moyes at his post-match press conference. It's no surprise to me, he has a great talent for recovering the ball. You've seen him play for England and the skills he uses to recover the ball and get around people. He's great on the field and very quick. I'm delighted but not surprised by the interest in Rice. That's why he's probably the best England midfielder, and that's why he will be extremely expensive if someone comes calling. Jude Bellingham is a more complete English midfielder, but Rice could charge a similar fee. Both are valued in the 9-figure region and both have 2 years left on their contracts. Erik ten Hag encouraged United to make a second approach to Bellingham 3 years after he visited the Carrington training complex, but they are a distant third favourite, at best, behind Real Madrid and Manchester City. One source says that Ten Hag also didn't close the door on courting Frenkie de Jong again. United haven't been so kind to Rice since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's exit interview 18 months ago. Rice would improve almost any midfield in the Premier League, and he has the skill set to develop similarly to Yaya Touré, all steel at Barcelona but silky smooth for Manchester City. Whoever United chooses, it has to be a midfielder similar in age to the 24-year-old Rice. The 31 years of Casemiro and Christian Eriksen were evident in another grueling week of 2 away games 3 days apart. Eriksen was unused at Brighton, where Fred demonstrated why he had gone 2 months without playing in the Premier League. The highlight, or lowlight, was an attempted high pass into Brighton's midfield. Fred put the ball wide for a throw-in inside United's half. United's swing in the Premier League is so surprising that they're missing Scott McTominay's stalwart. McTominay is the weakest, technically, of the 4 permanent senior midfielders in United's books, but he is also the fittest. United had long legs in the middle in the second half against Tottenham, Brighton and West Ham. Ten Hag admitted that United were invaded by Brighton in the final 20 minutes. Roberto De Zerbi innovated Caicedo at right-back, but he covered so much ground it seemed like an illusion. Brighton overcame United with Billy Gilmour and Alexis Mac Allister against Casemiro and Fred. Gilmour is 21 and Mac Allister 24. Eriksen was 21 when he joined Tottenham nearly a decade ago, and Casemiro, 24, started his first Champions League final in Milan in 2016. Eriksen and Casemiro have been successful signings and are 2 of United's best players this season. In a team riddled with character defects, they are among the few Ten Hag can rely on, and Eriksen has produced virtuoso performances at Nottingham Forest and Spurs over the past month. Casemiro is possibly the only United player to rival Marcus Rashford for the statue of Sir Matt Busby. It is still unsustainable for United to persist with 2 senior starters next season. Eriksen has been substituted in 22 of his 33 appearances, while durability is not as much an issue as discipline for Casemiro. He missed 8 games through suspension and was lucky not to be sent off for a 3rd time at Brighton. United aren't the only ones facing possible midfield malaise. Arsenal are interested in Rice as Thomas Partey turns 30 at the start of next season and Granit Xhaka turns 31 in September. 3 of Liverpool's 6 senior midfielders are in their 30s and 2 will turn 30 later this year. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita to be releases. leaving room for reinforcements. Rodri, so important to Manchester City, is 26 but Ilkay Gundogan, 32, could leave when his contract expires in June. Calvin Phillips annus horribilis could see him through, so City will need an additional midfielder, however John Stones masterfully moved up to the middle third. You can't turn a corner on Chelsea's training ground without bumping into a midfield, and they impressively spent a British record £106.8 million on Enzo Fernandez after he won the World Cup. Unless United watches carefully, a similar outlay is likely. To do this, they will likely have to sell to buy. The money has been earmarked for a striker, but the expenditure is essential to meet the Premier League's profitability and sustainability rules. It happened last year. James Garner left, Casemiro joined. Fred is out of contract next year, but McTominay has higher resale value. According to a club source, the signings of Casemiro and Antony were financed. The timing of these deals, after the generational nadir in Brentford, was telling. United cannot be so reactive this summer, whatever the name of the owner in the program. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, what did you think of the news? Leave your opinion in the comments. If you came here, leave your like and subscribe to the channel.